feel like I need to just start this video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I hope you're having the best day ever. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my skincare routine, and then I'm going to just talk a little bit about stuff that I've gone through with my skin. And I feel like I've honestly gotten nowhere near perfect with my skin, and I'm always figuring things out and trying to figure out what products might not work for me as well anymore and what might work better. But this is what I have figured out for my skin. This is what I've gone through, and if you've gone through something similar, then this could help you, and hopefully you get a good product from this. And if you have any good products, please comment down below and tell me, because I'm always looking for new things to try. So before I get into doing the skincare, my skincare is like pretty short, but I'm just going to talk about different products I like, the products I use every day, and then I'll take you guys through my little skincare journey. So before I start, I'm just going to show you a close-up of my skin. I don't even have Aquaphor or anything on my lips. So this is her right now. My eyes are a little red and puffier than normal because I didn't sleep very well last night. But this is her. And I just want you guys to have a really realistic, like, I have pores, I have little bumps and redness, and it's so normal. And I just really want to make sure I'm starting off with that by saying that my skin is honestly doing pretty well right now, and it does not always look like this. And it has not always looked like this. So I just want to put that out there. And if you're struggling with your skin, keep watching. Please know that maybe I haven't had the worst of it ever in the whole world, but I know that acne can be really frustrating, and skincare in general, not even just acne, is just frustrating finding things that make you feel like honestly safe and well taken care of. So keep watching, but I'm going to show you guys what I use. Every single morning and night, I start with this CeraVe Skin Renewing Night Cream Peptide Complex, and it has ceramides and niacinamide. CeraVe has a cream specifically for your under eyes. I ended up just, like, this is my second container of this. I just used this big one that is like meant for your full face, and I just use it for my under eyes only because I feel like that's the same thing as buying the under eye one, but this one you get more and it's cheaper, I'm pretty sure. And I'm sure the under eye one is good, but I just get a little bit. I always end up using my middle fingers. Don't look at this finger, my nail polish. I'm in the process of learning how to do my nails. Unrelated, just don't look at my pointer finger. But I just try to be very, very gentle. Get this under my eyes. While this starts to soak in, I go in with the, okay, I always say Corsex, but it's the COSRX, C-O-S-R-X, Advanced Snail Mucin. This stuff is my third, I think this is my third one, or second or third. This stuff lasts a long time because a little bit goes a long way, and this, if I had to recommend one product from all of this, it honestly would be this. I love it so much. And I just go in with 2 pumps, like about that much, and I just go all over my skin. And I always bring stuff down to my neck. And I just dab it in and bring it down to my neck. This stuff is literally, I feel like, one of the biggest reasons why my skin was brought back to life after my whole Accutane journey. I literally just love it so much. It makes your face feel so just like hydrated, and I love it so much. Then I go in with this CeraVe Daily Moisturizing Lotion for normal to dry skin. It's lightweight, has ceramides, hyaluronic acid. I like this because it's moisturizing and it makes my skin feel really good, but I don't like using super heavy products in the morning because my face can get kind of greasy, and it just is a little bit more on the oily side sometimes, And then I feel like when I use a really thick moisturizer for the whole day and I'm like touching it and I'm like going out and doing things, it just ends up making me feel just kind of icky. So I just kind of let that, oh my gosh, it feels so good. It feels so wonderful. That's in my skin. Now we have that. Then I go in with the CosRx Vitamin E Vitalizing Sunscreen. This is 50 SPF. And or is it SPF 50? I don't know. This, honestly, this brand, I will show you guys 2 other products that I use by them, is one of my favorites. I take like a pretty good amount and I just bring it here and then I get some on my neck. And if I'm like going outside to do something, I honestly will use more just because I am very, very big on sunscreen and protecting my skin. I love to lay out and tan in the summer, but I try not to do it too much, and I honestly still put sunscreen on my face because I just really, really want to protect it, and I just have been through too much to let my skin not be good, if you know what I mean. And then lastly, I do this little lip mask. Unfortunately, like the packaging has like rubbed off, but this is from Trader Joe's and it's the vanilla mask, and I just get a little bit of that, get that on my lips, and that is literally all I do every single morning. But my nighttime routine, that was crazy. My nighttime routine is honestly a little more complicated, and so we're gonna get into that. So I showed you guys my products that I use every single day, and a lot of those, like this snail mucin and this moisturizer, I will use at night sometimes. But sometimes at night I will rotate through different products. I kind of skin cycle, and I don't stick to like a 3-day or 2 to 3 day schedule like you see most people talk about. I just kind of judge whatever my skin needs, and then I just go from there. So I have this Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant, and it has salicylic acid. This is really good if you have blackheads as well, and just like helping with texture, and if your skin just like feels dirty, this is what I really, really like to use that for. So I'll go between that, and then I also am prescribed tretinoin. It's only 0.025%, so it's not really strong, but this does make my skin dry. And I will say that this is probably one of the biggest reasons why my skin is the way it is right now. It's like I have pores, but like my pores around here used to just like look visibly bigger. And I would have like struggle very badly with blackheads, but ever since I started using tretinoin pretty regularly, a lot of that's cleared up. When I first started using it, my skin was purging still, and I didn't really understand why, but you just really have to stick it out. So if you're on tretinoin and you're in the purging stage, try to stick it out as long as you can. And if you feel like it's drying out your skin, because it does, I have a product for you. So when I use this, like I said, it can make your skin very dry. So a lot of times I will go in with this after, and then I will go in with this CosRx Hyaluronic Acid Intensive Cream. This is really thick, but it's water-based, okay? I also used to use the Laneige. I can't remember the exact name, but I will put it right here. It is a blue container, and it's the Laneige. I think it's like a sleeping mask, which is also water-based. I prefer, if I'm doing a really, really thick, heavy moisturizer, I prefer a super thick, but water-based one, okay? That was really wordy. Basically, if I'm using a really moisturizing moisturizer, I need to be water-based. I feel like whenever I use really thick moisturizers that are more white, I get something called milia, and if you don't know what that is, go look it up. It's just like literally like bumps, like white bumps kind of. They're not like normal pimples, but if you pop them, stuff comes out. and it just is frustrating, and it like gives my skin texture, and it's like moisturized, but then now I have acne. So when you use water-based, for me at least, that problem, I don't have any milia at all on my face, and I used to struggle so terribly with it, like especially all on my jaw, and then I would get it on my forehead. Not anymore. So this, literally, oh my gosh, so good. Then I also have this Cosrx Advanced Snail 22 All-in-One Cream. This I am almost running out of. I feel like it's kind of like a mix between the Snail Mucin and this, like the consistency of it. But this is just a really, really good product. Sometimes in the morning, if my skin feels more dry, sometimes instead of using this, I'll just use this, and I feel like it's a little bit thicker, a little bit more moisturizing. So it really, really just depends on what I'm feeling. Then, guys, okay, when I go through my acne journey after this, I used to have really, really, really dark red, like bruising type of acne scars, okay? Actually, I lied. If there's one product from all of this that I can recommend, it is this, okay? This is the Mederma Intensive Overnight Scar Cream. I got this on Amazon. You can get it from Amazon. You probably could find it at like Target or Walmart. I will link it down below. This literally makes your scars go away so quickly. And some of them it's taken a lot longer than you might want it to, but considering I had scars on my face that I've had for like 4 or 5 years, it's been about that many years since I had really bad like acne, and the pimples went away but the scars did not. I started using this like maybe like a year and a half ago. A year and a half ago when I started using them, in the first like 5-6 months, all of those scars like faded so much, and I was like feeling in my head like, oh my gosh, I feel like these are only gonna go away if I get some like laser treatment. No girl, get this. I will say it's a little stanky. It literally smells like onion, and that's because there's onion extract in it, which is a little odd. Does it even say it on here? It doesn't even say it on here, but I looked up because I used it and I was like, is my bottle, like, did it go bad? And I looked it up and I was like, I said like Mederma Intensive Overnight Scar Cream stinks. And then I saw these like people on Reddit being like, it smells like onion. And then you look at the ingredients and there's onion extract. Apparently that, I don't know. But the stank is worth getting rid of your scars, okay? And I use it at night, and then by the time I wake up, I can't really, like, the smell goes away within like a few minutes of it being on your face anyway. This, so freaking good. Then, whenever I do have a pimple, Mighty Patches, okay? I always get the original ones because they have packs of 72, and the original ones are cheaper than the invisible ones. And I don't really care if people can see them, but I will say I do like the invisible ones just because it feels like thinner on my face. But even like I really can't feel these on my face either. And I feel like my skin, all of my pimples, even like last night, okay, so you can see it's like kind of red right there. Oh, wow, my neck is really red. Anyway, you can see right here I have like a little bit of a red spot because I had a pimple there yesterday. Put this on like around 5, woke up this morning, gone. It's literally flat. Now it's just a little red. Guess what? Tonight, Mederma Scar Cream, it's gonna be gone. Guys, okay, that is my everyday skincare. And now, I'm just gonna talk a little bit about my skin journey and what I've been through. Growing up, my skin was always perfect. I didn't wash my face, didn't put anything on it. Like if I did wash my face, it was like with water and like just any soap. Literally just, I didn't have to take care of it and it was perfectly fine. And then I would say maybe like freshman, sophomore year of high school, I really started to be like, okay, like I'm gonna have a skincare routine. But even then it was like some probably like Cetaphil face wash, whatever, moisturizer. Like, it wasn't anything that I was really taking seriously. And then my freshman year, right before my freshman year of college, so 2020, my skin went from being so good, I got maybe like 10 pimples my entire life, okay? All of a sudden, cystic acne, I mean like huge, all over here. I'm gonna put the pictures on the screen. And I honestly don't have that many pictures because at the time, I just like felt so insecure and sad, and I didn't understand what was going on, and I didn't feel like myself because I had never dealt with that before. So I started going to the dermatologist, never had to go before, and he was like, okay. And I'm like showing you pictures of my skin before, and he's like, we need to start you on Accutane as soon as possible. Oh, my door just opened because my cat walked in. Oh boy. So anyway, my dermatologist is like, girl, we need to get on this right away. If you've ever been on Accutane, you might know that dermatologists normally like to try other medications before they put you on Accutane because it is a very intense drug. There are a lot of really intense side effects. You might get all of them, you might get one, you might get none. You really don't know. You might get random stuff that's like they don't really disclose because it's just so random that they don't think about it. But my dermatologist was like, you are already bruising so bad, and he was like, this happened way too quick, like we need to get you on this now. So from that day, you have to wait a full month because they need to make sure there's no issues with your blood work or pregnancies, all these things. So I had to wait a full month before I finally started it. I started it, my gosh, I am gonna put in photos and videos, but my skin got very dry very quickly. But I will say that the Accutane started to work very, very fast for me. Most people, from what I know and just like what I've researched, people I've like talked to that have also been on Accutane, it took them a few months for it to finally start working. I started seeing results probably, like, I honestly feel like 2 weeks in, I was like, oh my gosh, it's really working. My skin was purging, okay? And it freaked me out, but I was honestly so happy because I was like, I just want all of it out of my skin. I know that the purging is gonna happen. I prepared, I watched so many videos before I went on it that I was like, whatever girl, let it all out, purge all you want. So my whole face, like, I had blackheads everywhere and they were just coming out and it was gross, but I was so happy because I was like, good, leave my skin, okay? And I was on Accutane for about 6 to 7 months, and I just had a very simple routine. I used the CeraVe face wash that was meant for really like dry, sensitive skin. And then I used a really thick CeraVe lotion and Aquaphor. Those were the only things that would ever touch my skin. And then I also had a sunscreen, which I think I was also using a CeraVe one. So I'll put all those up there. But Accutane, she saved my life. I had a lot of side effects, super dry skin. I had hair loss after. Really, really dry scalp, lower back pain. Oh my gosh, I still have that. It never went away, which really sucks. Before that, I never had like back problems, and I'm only 22, so I'm like, she should be good for another however many years. But honestly, it was very worth it for me because I think it's so easy for me to tell someone else who's struggling with acne to be like, you are beautiful, nobody's looking at your acne. And although I believe all those things so wholeheartedly, in the moment when you're going through it, you don't feel that way, you don't believe it, you don't care, you don't want to hear it because it doesn't matter. You don't feel like yourself, your skin just like literally isn't doing what you want it to do. You're trying all these products and then you're making it worse by trying all these products, but you're panicking and you don't want to just stop using new products because then you feel like you're doing nothing. And I don't know if these are just all things that I felt. Maybe no one else has felt these things, but that is what I dealt with whenever I had acne. And it was just so exhausting. So if you're going through that. I know how you feel. I'm here to talk to you. I've tried so many products. Some worked, some didn't. But if anyone ever just wants to vent about it and wants to ask me, did you try this product? What happened to your skin when you used it? I'm always here for that, because it is so lonely and just frustrating. And honestly, I feel like it's almost a little bit scary to struggle with acne, because you're also wondering, like for me, it was so random. My skin was fine forever, and then randomly it was like, nah, we're just gonna break out. And I was just more nervous. I was like, is something seriously going on? Is like, what happened? But I was 18, hormonal changes. It was a really, really, really stressful year for me in 2020. I had so many other health things going on. It was during COVID. I was starting college. Just all of these really big life changes. And so I think a combination of that. And I also was previously on birth control to try and regulate my period and just get all of those things in line. And I was getting side effects from that. So then I stopped. And that could have been why, like, you really don't, you can't pinpoint it. I guess, like, maybe there's, like, a test out there or something, like a hormonal test, which I would love to do one day. But at the time, I just was, like, going to my doctor and being like, brother, I need you to fix this. And my dermatologist was like, yep, got it. And we fixed it. So I finished Accutane, and my skin was really, really good for a long time. But then, few years ago, I would say like a year or 2 years ago, I started to break out again. And I was like, what's happening? And it wasn't as bad as it was before, because the first time it was just all at once. It's not even like it was one pimple. It was, okay, 10. Okay, tomorrow you have 5 more, 5 more. It was crazy. But this time I still was panicking, because I was like, what's going on? That is when I tried spirulactinone, whatever it's called. She's my worst enemy, okay? I was really excited to try this because I had heard so many good things. Guys, I went on it, and I was on it for like 4 or 5 days. I remember for all those days, I literally was like, I think I'm gonna die. I am not okay right now. I was so dizzy that I literally like could not sit up. And luckily I was still doing remote or wait, was I? Oh my gosh. No, guys, I was not taking remote classes because COVID was over. All of these memories just flooded back. I remember that it was spring semester of my junior year that I tried going on it. Yup, oh my gosh. Okay, we're locked in. And I remember it was toward the end of the semester, and I literally missed school 2 days in a row, and I didn't go to my classes because I literally was like, what's going on? And so then I stopped taking it, and then for that next day, I remember I was still really dizzy, and then it finally went away, and I called my dermatologist after the second or third day, and I was like, okay, well, I just want to let you know that I stopped taking it because it almost just killed me. So then, sorry, that was so dramatic, but it seriously was so awful. Then I tried minocycline, but at the time, I was just not really committed to like taking pills every day. I feel like now I'd be better at it, but I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I want something topical. So then they were like, okay, tretinoin. This girl, okay? For a long time, I was not consistent with it. So I was like, tretinoin doesn't work. But it was because I would start it, my skin would purge, and in my brain, I was freaking out because I was like, oh my gosh, it's making my skin worse. Because I just was traumatized from the first time I had acne. So then I would stop doing it. And then I'd be like, well, I'll try it again. Then my skin would purge, and it just was over and over until I finally started using it more consistently. And now I love her, and she's my friend, and yeah. So where we're at now, that was my tretinoin journey has been like about like, I would say like a year and a half, 2 years, and I feel like she's working. Problems I have with my skin now, I still struggle with blackheads, and that is why I started using this face wash. This face wash, honestly, I've been using this for a few days, and it has been a little bit drying, I will say, but I'm gonna keep trucking along, and I'm just gonna keep using all my moisturizing products because I have heard so many good things. It has benzoyl peroxide, which this Neutrogena Clear Pore Benzoyl Peroxide Acne Medication, the benzoyl peroxide in this works really, really well. I would recommend using it as a daily like cleanser. I will say it does make your skin dry, not as dry as the Panoxyl one. We're just gonna leave that down there. But I would recommend, if you are wanting to try this, to use it as a cleanser in the morning and as a mask at night for like 5 minutes. And then if you feel like your skin is getting too dry, then I would just use it as a cleanser in the morning, cleanser at night, and then do the mask every few nights. That is what I do most of the time, but then there are some nights where I do need to use it a few nights in a row just because I feel like my skin just needs like a good cleanse. So these face washes have helped a lot. And switching to a balm makeup remover. So I don't wear a lot of makeup. Go watch my makeup routine to see what I actually do. But I do not use a lot of face makeup, but I still make sure that I'm always using a makeup remover and then using a cleanser after. So you always want to double cleanse. I used to use micellar water, which I know a lot of people really love. I think with my skin specifically, because I am acne prone, and anything that is like oily, putting it on my skin, I instantly get little pustule pimples, blackheads. My skin does not react well to anything that is really, really oil based. But these, I'm sure there's like oils in it, but it's thicker, and it just works way better for my skin. So right now I'm using the Versed Day Dissolved Cleansing Balm, as eucalyptus oil and vitamin E in it. I really like this. This is a more affordable option. If you have any recommendations for ones that are a little more affordable, let me know, because, so this is affordable. This Clinique one is my favorite one I have ever tried. My sister loves it. I know my friend Kalina, if you guys have seen her on my vlogs, she does not like it. It did not work well for her skin. I think it really just depends on people's skin types, but that is my favorite. It's just a little pricey. Honestly, I think it's worth it. I just also feel like this works really well, and I don't wear a lot of makeup, so I don't know. I feel like it just really depends, but I really like this, and I think switching to this has been helping a lot with blackheads. So yeah, that's kind of my little skincare spiel. My skin is definitely not perfect. I still struggle. Like right now, I literally have these like dry patches on my neck. I never ever used to get those until after Accutane. It changes your skin type, like random things. Like I used to just sweat like normally. Now I only really sweat on my face and like my armpits, and then a little bit on my chest, but I don't get like sweaty in the way that I used to, unless I'm like, it is so hot outside and I'm like doing this crazy like workout. But it used to be like you start moving, okay, I'm breaking out of sweat, but now I feel like my body doesn't do that. I think it is starting to go back to normal a little bit. When I got off of Accutane, I only sweat in my face. That is it, which is like so odd, but that was just what happened to me. I don't know. But okay, my camera just cut me off, and I also just started to ramble. And I don't even remember why I started talking about sweating. I literally don't know, and I'm not going back to watch that. My voice, what is happening? Okay, I think this is my cue to be done, because that's really all I got for my skincare. This is my skincare for right now, but I'm thinking we do like a little skincare journey series, and the next time I feel like maybe I have like a new routine that I feel like works even better for my skin. And if you feel like you have skin that's similar to mine, then we're gonna do it together. And I feel like anytime I had like a good new routine set in stone, I will share with you guys. And yeah, that's what kind of the little plane I'm on right now. I literally never say that, so I'm not really sure why I said that. But I hope you guys enjoyed my skincare routine and my skincare journey. I feel like it's just really important to talk about because I get compliments now on my skin and it always makes me feel really good, but I always make sure I tell people that my skin was not always like this. I've been through it. I've been on Accutane. Not to be like, yeah, well, my skin, like not really in that way, but like to always reassure people that like, please know that like my skin, like I know some people are really lucky and their skin is just good forever and they never struggle. I just always like to tell people like I've been on Accutane because I know how frustrating it can be to like look at someone's skin and I'm like so happy for them that their skin is good, but in my head I'm like, how? And you really just never know what someone might have gone through with their skin. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I feel like this was like kind of like all over the place. I just am in like a all over the place mood right now apparently, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know if you have any skincare recommendations down below. I love glowy skin. I want my skin to look like a little bit wet in a healthy way, not a greasy way. So if you have any recommendations based off of that, please let me know. And if you're struggling with your skin, please know that you're not alone and that I'm always here to listen and reach out to your friends and talk to them about it because that always helped me. So I love you guys. I hope you're having the best day. I hope you're having fun doing your skincare routine right now. Please go try some of those products if you think they sound like they will be amazing. And if they hurt your skin, then I'm so sorry. And please know that I'm not a dermatologist and that these are just things that worked for me. Okay. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.